All right, this next section is about the equation of a circle, and crazy enough, the equation of a circle is also based off the Pythagorean theorem. So remember, the Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, it's from the Pythagorean theorem that we found that. Oops, I like this one. It's from the Pythagorean theorem that we were able to figure out the distance formula. So we have x x1 minus x2. That would be your a squared plus y1 minus y2. That would be your b squared equals your distance, right? And if we're talking about distance, sometimes that distance we could write r for radius instead. Okay, so I'll even put that for a second. That would be the radius squared. Okay, so and then you would take the square root of that. All right, and that would give you your radius. So the equation of a circle is really just all of that without the square root part. So the equation of a circle is always just going to be x, some x minus, they'll give you different letters like h squared plus y minus k, oops, y minus k squared equals r squared. And this is just all very circular. This is very algebra stuff. So if you're going into algebra 2 or pre-cal, you're still going to need this stuff, okay? Which is why we're doing it. So that being said, these numbers here, those represent your center of the circle. Those are your center, okay? So so let me show you an example of how this would work, all right? So here you have x plus 4. Well, since the equation is supposed to be minus 4, you would think of that as x minus negative 4, right? So that means the x-coordinate really is negative 4. And then if you did it again with the y, that's y minus 6. So that makes sense. And the equation is supposed to have a minus in it, so we just need the 6. Okay. So long story short, whatever you see here, take the opposite of it. Whatever you see here, take the opposite. Okay. And so I end up with negative 4 and 6 as the center. And then what's the radius? Well, the radius is just whatever I get when I plug this formula in, right? Well, no, I'm sorry. The radius is this part. Said that wrong. There we go. The radius is this part right here is the radius. I'm sorry, that's radius squared, right? So if you want just the radius, it would equal the square root of whatever radius squared is, right? So in this case, the radius is the square root of 48. And then you'd be done. You'd be able to plug that in and you'd be good to go. Let's see if I could do a practice question on here. All right, here's another example right here. What is it, center? So you see this one that's just x squared. I could think of that as, this is going to look really bad, guys. But I could think of that as saying x minus 0, right? And then saying all of that squared. So I'd just have to say that the x coordinate is 0. And then obviously the y coordinate is 7.5. And what is the, hey guys, and what is the radius? The radius is just the square root of this. That's the radius, right? So the square root of 9 is 3, and the square root of 49 is 7, and that's good enough there. And that should be it. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, easy. You guys want to see one more? Why not? I think it's gonna turn out to be kind of easy. X minus negative 7, so that has to be negative 7, and y minus negative, so that has to be negative 8. And then if I want the radius, I have to take the square root of all that to get the radius. So that's going to be square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3. And that should do it. Good. That's it. That's all it takes. We're all done. If you got any questions on that, give me a buzz. Let's try the next one. So now I'm doing graph a circle from a standard equation, and this is nice because I really just have to go backwards. What we were just doing, just got to go backwards. So graph this circle. Well, once again, I'll write this, but I think hopefully by now you're understanding this. And that's this x squared. I could think of that as x minus nothing, right? That's x minus nothing squared. So I'm going to have this thing centered at, the center is going to be at the point 0, and this is the opposite of 7, so negative 7. Okay, so I'm going to go to point 0 and negative 7. That's over here. Now it's at, no, wait, I did that wrong. 0, negative 7 is down here. There we go. All right, but now it says the radius, okay, remember that's the radius. The square root of that is the radius. All right, the radius is 2. So I need to make it so that the distance from the center to the edge is 2 units long. Right now it's 1 unit long, so I'll drag it out, and now it's 2 units long. And that's really all you have to do for these problems. And we're done. All right, if you got any questions on that, let me know. I could do another one, but they're really not too bad. And so I'll hopefully give you some harder assignments for this later on, especially for the advanced class. Yeah, buddy. Let's see anything else. No, that's it. That's where we'll leave it for now. If you got any more questions, we'll do the live meet together. We'll do the live meet together tomorrow, and we'll have it we'll end it at that. Hours later.